Hello, my name's Chris and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is about a new developing case coming out of Florida. It involves a man, David Anthony, 44. Now he's been arrested on charges of second-degree murder and kidnapping in connection to the disappearance of his estranged wife, Gretchen Anthony, who's 51. Gretchen, who is mother to a young daughter, was reported missing by her family on March 26th. Police dispatched an officer to perform a welfare check at the family home, which is on the 1300 block of Sunshine Drive in Abacoa, which is a community in Palm Beach County, Jupiter, Florida. The couple apparently once shared the home, which David Anthony has listed as his address. Nobody was home and there was no sign of Gretchen. A cadaver dog was brought in and the smell of a dead body inside the residence was detected. A search of the garage on the property also turned up what appeared to be blood mixed with bleach, suggesting an attempt to clear up a crime scene. Now, during the investigation, police identified David Anthony as the prime suspect, accusing him of killing his wife on March 21st. She was last seen alive on March 20th. David was tracked down and arrested in Las Cruces in New Mexico on March 31st, almost 1900 miles away from Florida. He was taken into custody at a gas station by the New Mexico State Police's Fugitive Apprehension Team. It's currently being held in the Donna Ana County Detention Center there while he awaits extradition back to Palm Beach County. David was driving a black Nissan Frontier pickup truck, and the cadaver dogs also picked up the scent of a dead body inside his truck. Now, things began to unfold on March 25th when a witness called Jupiter Police saying that 2 days prior, on March 23rd, she had received a suspicious text message from Gretchen, who wrote that she had COVID-19 and was being held by the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention at Jupiter Medical Center. After receiving this text message, the witness never heard from Gretchen again. The witness also told police that Gretchen was still married but recently separated from David and had filed for divorce on February 28th. An officer went to Gretchen Anthony's home and knocked on the door several times, but nobody answered. The officer then reached out to Jupiter Medical Center but was told that they couldn't find anyone under the name Gretchen Anthony in their system. Officers later found her dark blue Mini Cooper with a purse inside in the northeast section of the parking lot near Southern Old Dixie Highway. Police say another witness said he also got a text message from Gretchen Anthony the morning of March 24th saying that she was at Jupiter Medical Center with an acute case of, you've guessed it, COVID-19 and was being taken to a CDC approved task force in Belle Glade where they apparently sedated her. However, Jupiter Medical Center said that that's not protocol and she was not at the hospital. In fact, there is no CDC center in Belle Glade. Now, this witness was a friend of Gretchen's husband, had access to Gretchen's home, and when she went inside with officers, she was nowhere to be found. He also told police, that the witness did, that he noticed on March 21st that Gretchen Anthony stopped sharing her location, which is not like her, and that the texts he received had language that she normally wouldn't use. However, he said those messages did sound more like David Anthony and showed police past text messages with him to back up this claim. Police say that 2 other witnesses also received suspicious text messages and were concerned, one of them saying that David had issues and was worried that he may have done something to her. Police weren't able to reach David by phone, and when they went to his house or his residence where he was staying at that time, a woman told them that she hadn't seen him since the day before, which would have been March 24th, when he came to get his dog, and told her that he was moving to Costa Rica. Shortly after, police listed Gretchen Anthony as an endangered missing adult. When a telecoms company conducted a ping on her cell phone which showed it was near Pensacola, police discovered that David was up there on March 25th, and a clerk told the police that he tried to sell a bag of women's jewellery. The clerk said the store doesn't buy the jewellery and provided police with surveillance footage that showed a man who appeared to be David Anthony as well as his truck. The clerk had also noticed that David had a specific David Yurman ring that likely belonged to his wife, Gretchen. On March 26th, one of the aforementioned witnesses called police, saying her mother received a text message from Gretchen saying that she was on a ventilator at Palm West Hospital. But when police went there, they were told that she wasn't there. Gretchen Anthony's boss also told the police that she was last at work on March 20th. And when he called her insurance company to see if she was getting medical treatment anywhere, they confirmed there were no claims or authorization on her policy. In fact, police discovered that she hadn't been to Jupiter Medical Center since 2008. When police went to Gretchen Anthony's home on March 26th to investigate further, a neighbour asked them if they were investigating the attack that occurred on the 21st, Saturday morning that was. The neighbour told them that between 6 and 6:20 a.m. she heard a woman's voice let out a blood-curdling scream. She said she hears a woman yelling, "No, no, it hurts," from either the patio or garage area of Gretchen Anthony's home. The neighbour went out to investigate, but the screams had stopped. She saw a black truck parked in the driveway running and took a picture of it. She took another photo of the truck's license plate later in the day when the witness saw it parked along the roadway. The license plate number matched David Anthony's. Police say another neighbour came forward and said that he also heard the screams and saw David Anthony's truck parked on the road. With the bed loaded up and covered with a tarp, he also noticed that on the morning March 23rd, someone was cleaning something inside Gretchen Anthony's closed garage, as there was water mixed with an unknown chemical coming out of the garage door and pooling into the alley. A third neighbour gave police surveillance video showing what appears to be David's truck driving to and from the home around about that time. Inside the home, police found 2 cleaners and a rag on the kitchen counter. They also found towels in the washing machine that had a reddish substance on them that looked like blood. There was a broken glass frame upstairs on the landing and what looked like small droplets of blood on the wall in the master bedroom. When police got to the garage, they found that the door was locked and a key was broken off inside the lock. Police breached the door, and while there was nobody in the garage, they noticed it was wet and there was what appeared to be large bleach stains on the floor that led out to the driveway. Now, one of the aforementioned witnesses told police that she had a conversation with David on March 25th via text message. When she asked if he heard from Gretchen, he said that he ran into her randomly on Saturday AM, which would have been the 21st of March. She mentioned something about going to the beach to ground herself because she wasn't feeling well. This is what David said. And then she proceeded to tell me that I should plead insanity on some bogus police charges I've been dealing with. And I'll get to those at the end. The witness responded saying that Gretchen told her she was at a CDC facility because she has the virus, but told him something doesn't seem right. Police say this conversation was important because it places David with his wife the same Saturday morning, the 21st, that people in the neighbourhood heard the screaming. That's the same day. During a legal search of Gretchen's home on March 27th, a canine officer detected blood on the garage floor. A controlled sweep was done on her car. That same day, police also received information that both David and his wife's cell phone numbers were hitting off of cell towers in Texas within the same geographical area. On March 30th, that same day, somebody from Pensacola called police saying that he bought jewellery from David Anthony on March 25th. He told police that David said his mother or stepmother died of COVID-19 and the jewellery he was selling belonged to her. The man paid Anthony with a cheque, which he later cashed. Or David Anthony, I should say. Investigators believe Gretchen was killed on March 21st, days before witnesses began to receive these strange text messages, meaning the text that she had coronavirus and was in the hospital could not have been sent by her, and very likely, as I'm sure you've all guessed, were likely sent by her estranged husband. As of Friday afternoon, or as of a few weeks ago, Anthony remained in the Donner County Jail awaiting extradition back to Florida. He'll be held without bond at the detention centre for 30 days from the time of his arrest. So that was March 31st, so it's going up to end of April, beginning of May. Police are still looking for Gretchen's body and are hoping that somebody may have seen or heard something. They've asked anyone with information to contact the police on 561 741 2235. Now, my research has found that on March 14th, this is sort of a week, just under a week before his wife vanished, David had a odd scrape with the law, we should say. He was arrested for violently resisting arrest after police received a report that he was suspiciously approaching young girls near Riviera Beach in Florida. Police in a neighbouring town watched him approach a group of teenage girls while he was pacing back and forth and sweating profusely. An officer noticed his licence plate had also been tampered with, using black electrical tape to alter the numbers on the tag. When questioned about the tape, he blamed his 12-year-old stepdaughter and tried to leave. The officer held him at gunpoint after Anthony or David tried to grab something beneath the driver's seat. When another officer tried to handcuff him, David repeatedly slammed his car door on the officer's arm. He was arrested for resisting an officer with violence but was released a few days later, posting bail. Now, also, interestingly, during my research into this case, I've discovered that he actually had changed his name also. His previous name was David Deutsch, which is Deutsch, and he apparently has a long rap sheet for violence, including domestic violence. So that raises a real obvious concern to me that people can change their name and kind of hide their rap sheet for, domestic violence and a violent past. I mean, I've no idea how much dear Gretchen knew about his violent past, but that's obviously a real concern there. So yeah, as I say, he is awaiting extradition back to Florida, David. His wife Gretchen still hasn't been found, but it certainly looks like, it looks like he has killed his wife. Yeah. And but it appears that they've got a lot of evidence against this guy, and from what I've seen on social media, people that kind of knew of him, they've said he's always been a very unlikable character, and it doesn't really surprise you, does it, when you see something on this? But if we hear any further about this case, then I will obviously keep everybody updated. But for now, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.